Hey guys, thank you so very much for joining in. This is Open the Mic podcast. I'm one of your hosts tonight, Wes Ross and Omar Finley, and we have two very special guests with us, Sam and Skip.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hosts of the brand new Blazing Saddles Open Mic in Baton Rouge. Only been open for what, 2 months now?
Yeah, we did 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
And it died of corona. So
Yeah.
It's not died. It's just in the hospital right now.
It's very quarantined at the moment.
Before we get this episode started, last week we had a lot of fun. We had a good time with Wes and Reese. Shout out to Baby Reese. He's out.
Baby
Shouts out
Reese.
to the Top Gun, bro.
Top Gun of Baton Rouge.
Dude had 3 eyebrows on his face.
Wes, you took a little bit of time to get all the audio stuff going. How do you feel as you're going on your second episode of mixing and being a host of well, this is your second podcast, right?
Oh yeah, first one failed, just like my first comedy show.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, he's an actual host. I give this thing 2 weeks.
No, he's a host. He has me as his big bird, and
He called you. He misspelled Batman earlier.
what? No.
He's like, I'm the Robin to his black man. I was like, what?
But it's a good experience because I think all three of you guys here, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts of like, for one, like I've only been doing stand up and producing shows for about 4 or 5 years now, but you guys are a lot newer to either podcasting, hosting shows, and like I think this would be a good little time to like talk a little bit about that, and also since everything's changed up with the Rona, I thought that'd be a good experience. So kind of go around the room and talk a little bit about it, like starting off with Wes with you've hosted a podcast and a actual show. Damn, I had your mind ever turn off before?
Yeah.
Baby, like, phew.
I was wondering if like the crack in your voice fucked you up. You've been doing that a lot lately. What's up with that?
Lately, dude, my voice has been cracking since 13.
I'm still pubertizing.
Yeah. I don't know if my hormones are fucked up. I should go to the doctor, I guess.
Chemicals go balance eventually. You know what I'm saying?
One day my dad said some stuff about like drinking too much, and he's like, yeah, you need to tell your friends who be drinking too much, it messes up your hormones, and that's why their voices be cracking, and because they got too much estrogen, they females. I said, wait.
It's like,
It's cracks too. Like,
You eating too much pussy.
I thought drinking put hair on your chest. I thought that was like the testosterone thing. All right.
I don't know if it's a natural thing or is it because like I just I don't naturally talk at a higher register. I actually kind of like this is more of my speed, but like I get so excited I just keep going up.
Yeah. Because every time you do it, I could not even be in the room. I hear it and I go, his voice cracked again.
What's popping, Wes? Tell me a thing.
Well, yeah, this is the second podcast I had. First one was jerry rigged, along with the comedy show and along with the jiu-jitsu studio. So I really put all my eggs in one basket on that one.
Or just named all his eggs the same thing.
Yeah, all my kids are gonna be Jerry. Like
Jerry.
Yeah, and didn't work out because I was doing it on my own. But now I got a fearless leader with me, so it's gonna be a whole lot better this time around.
I have a little bit of fear. I've learned from The Dark Knight Rises. What pitfalls like did you have when you first started your especially like the jerry rigged open mic that you never saw coming whatsoever? Like you never thought about?
Let's see. What I saw coming was Denham being a terrible place to do a comedy show. Mm-hmm. Knew that.
Well, you sought that show out too, right?
I walked in there one day and I was like,
okay,
fuck everyone else, I want a comedy show.
Okay, because I thought one day you're like, I'm going to do a comedy show, but it's going to be far outside of Baton Rouge. Yeah. I was like, how far? The farthest.
Yeah.
Denham Springs.
Well, it's not, to me, it's not that far because I live there.
So
But to everyone
so
from
you're
Baton
greedy.
Rouge, like, fuck that.
Yeah, you're greedy. You're just like, I want an open mic close to my house.
Yeah. It's a good 5-minute drive,
Yeah.
The worst thing about it was they finally told me they had like Bluetooth speakers the last show that I had it.
Wow.
So I was carrying a fucking guitar amp and shit for the first like 4
Fantastic.
I had. And it was just horrible.
I would have fought somebody if they would withheld that kind of information from me.
Oh, it was terrible.
It wasn't a good place.
Sam had a good time at that show.
Yeah, dog. Got called a monkey
Wait, it was you?
by a white man.
I thought that was Kitty. That was you?
No, that was me, though. Yeah.
If Kitty got called a monkey,
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Bro,
That's what I was like.
I didn't know till the next day. They was like, yeah, you know that man called you. I was like, what?
He said,
I was
what?
like confused, like, damn. They want to beat up that guy because he was kind of heckling. That's sweet. Oh, he throwing slurs.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
He didn't even, I don't think he knew it was bad, but he's like, what he said was, he was like, oh, it's cool. You know, we can talk back and forth. I call you a monkey. You call me something else. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I'll call you monkey. You call me a Klansman. You know.
Yeah.
Classic banter.
How do you say hello to other races?
And then I didn't have a comedy show anymore. So.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, props to you though. I won't say this enough. Props for you to being like, monkey is where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I was so proud of y'all after that. So look at all these white people defending. That's so sweet. My heart just opened up. It was beautiful, bro.
Oh my God.
I was mad though. I was like, damn.
How did this is like a question for everybody, including Wes. Like, how did you guys, like, y'all are all like first or second time starting a show? How did it happen? Like, what was the catalyst for them? Like, here you going, I'm gonna start a show or whatever, and then you got a show. Like, what happened to you?
I honestly didn't think there was enough comedy in the town, so I just wanted more places to do comedy. So I chose Denham, which was horrible, but I still wanted a place to do my sets and stuff more consistently than 3 nights a week, or at that point in time too.
Yeah.
So.
No, for me, it was we actually had a meeting just to see how we can grow the scene, and it turned into, you think we can have a third mic this week or during the week? And we talked to Dustin, and the whole time he's like, so you're going to host it? I was like, fuck no, I'm not going to host it. I don't want to host the show. He's like, we're going to let Sam do it because Sam's got them improv skills, and he's got it. Yeah. And then joking through Messenger or whatever, I was like, we should call it Blazing Saddles Comedy. And the next thing I know, I get a message saying, hey, it's called Blazing Saddles Comedy, and you're co-hosting with Sam. And I was like, okay.
Well, I wasn't. You kept being like, "Yeah, man, I want to do this mic, but you host it." I was like, "No.
Yeah.
I'll produce it."
Right.
I'm not hosting anything else. I'm tired.
Well, no, I was worried like that. I don't know. I didn't want to get jaded with it. I guess like you see like other hosts like have bad nights where they're just like, and like now I kind of get it. Like everyone's like, how was my set tonight? It's like, dude, I was thinking of 30 things during your 5 minutes. Like I didn't say the rules. The volume's too loud. They're not shutting up. Like all those things. And it's like, how was my set? Like I'll tell you when I pay attention.
But I was looking for a while. Like I don't know if you knew this, but I was talking to Taz the same time you were for Cadillac.
No,
I was supposed to be there for that.
He stole it.
I couldn't get there. I was supposed to be there with you. I couldn't get there. I've been talking to Taz, and I was just looking for places for a while, and I was like, "Hey, let me ask if anybody knows about any places." And I talked to Skip, like, "Hey, dog, I'm trying to start a mic. We running week, and you know everything."
And that's why I was like, "Sam's gonna host."
Yeah, dog. But I did podcasts before. And, you know, that's a learning curve, and I just stopped doing all that because people and shit, and editing, and I don't have a steady laptop. Don't watch porn on your laptops. That's my story.
A steady laptop.
Don't watch porn on your laptop.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Watch porn on your phone. That's
Who needs a big screen?
you just put it like right there, dog. You just put it there.
You're not using incognito windows, man?
No, fuck that. Incognito. Who I'm hiding from?
Dude, I use incognito windows for myself.
Yeah, I don't want to let me know what I watched last night.
How you build? See, what you need to do is let it out of incognito, so they can build some type of rapport with you, and they have the data of what type of stuff you like to watch, so it can already be in the front.
Yeah.
No, they have your data.
So like, Sam might be a terrorist,
onto it.
but you know what?
Yeah.
He like big titty Asians. You know what? I do good too. I can connect with him. He's not a suspect. Like that's what it sounds like. You're trying to get me to believe in. I let the FBI know what I like. They're gonna.
Bro. I've been in America a lot.
Oh man, that's so funny. Like because between all y'all, like it kind of just spontaneously happens. Like even though you might want it or whatever, like it's just because you want it, it doesn't happen. Like even for me, like when I like created No Show, like I don't know if you guys know, I just wanted to do more stand up too in the scene, and I went to the Guru, and they had an open mic, and me and Nam, shouts out to Nam, the end of No Show. They liked us so much, even though it was an open mic for like mostly singer and songwriters and poets, that they were like, "Hey, would you bring more comics to this or make your own show?" And No Show was the first show was an open mic.
I didn't know that.
Open mic with the
Guru?
At the Guru,
Okay.
but you had to. I made it to where you had to sign up like ahead of time and let me know. So I knew who was going to be on the show no matter what. And then I had a headliner. So I was like, it's only going to be 10, I think 9 people was my cutoff, 5 minutes each. And then there was going to be a headliner. Reggie Raw, my comedy dad, was the headliner. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know, like I just knew, A, I know how to make good stuff like content, like, you know, posters and things like that. And B, I just had a lot of friends who like, by that point, I was still new. I still had the new comedy blood in me. Like I was only like 8 months in. So people wanted to see me. No, and when I said
that's the thing, man. No one knows what they're doing.
yeah, no one knows.
If it's fun, it works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
That's fair. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like super fortunate that I've been around long enough, and like I think I've gone through all the pitfalls. I'm not gonna say I have, but
No, man. No one has.
no
ever.
one has. But like now, like I can help other people like build some things and like, hey, like pull you by the collar, be like, nah, don't do that, dog. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm glad you stopped doing talent shows. That's what's up, because I hate them. The little poetry, music, comedy thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
You
God.
did those?
Yeah,
That's-
he just said that with his mouth.
yeah.
No, that's what was at the Guru before.
It was
You
at the Guru.
That's not what you put on, right?
No, I didn't produce
okay.
that, but I
Oh.
have been on talent shows. I did the.
I'm just trying to
Banter's Got
imagine-
Talent
yeah.
last
Yeah,
summer.
yeah, that's fine.
I'm just
I
trying to imagine
lost.
you like,
Different.
hey, dog, you write some really sad songs on an acoustic guitar. You want to come and be after this comedian?
Oh man,
Hey,
yeah.
if anything, that's where Trent Manning shines, though. Like,
Yeah.
if there's a market for anybody, it's gonna be Trent.
Man, I don't want to be like Banter Sucks podcast where they make fun of Trent Manning all the time.
He needs to be made fun of. That's
All I'm gonna say is during that roast that he had for his birthday, it was one of the most terrible. He asked me like I think 5 months in advance, and I was like, I'm not gonna write a single thing. I'm just gonna go on the stage and tell you how I feel. And during his roast, like 30 minutes before the show started, someone peed in a trash can right by my face. And I was like, this is all the motivation I need to make you feel bad. Like, oh man.
I love Trent Manning because, like, as much as he talks about like fucking and getting fucked by strangers, you can walk up to him in a bar and you just tap him. And he goes, "Oh, I don't like being touched." What?
Just the position, dog, man. Something's not right. Something's not right. Oh my god. What is okay, you guys are pretty y'all. So I asked this question last time. I think we asked what year y'all started. What year did I remember when you started? But
Class of 19.
you're a class of 19.
Yeah, yeah.
But Sam, you started when we were still at Spanish
yeah,
Moon.
bro. That was
Oh,
my,
shit.
that was
You're
my-
like class of 2018.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
When did Spanish Moon end?
that same year?
No,
No, next year.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because October of 18 is when I started going to the open mics in Baton Rouge and met you.
Right.
It was 3 years ago, I want to say, because I when I started comedy, my arm was broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was sprung for the
Mine too,
for the
my second
longest.
show.
My shit was broke.
Yeah, Sam would go on stage with his cast. And like the crazy thing is, I knew who Sam was because you were friends with Goran. And like I'm really plugged into like the active scene in Baton Rouge. Like a lot of people don't know, but like I'm an avid rock climber. So like those communities, capoeira, I knew who
You saw
Sam
how he
was because of
bragged?
that. What? What you
So
say?
how he bragged on that?
Hey,
Hey, bro,
Just
you
to
gotta be
say,
plugged in. You gotta
I'm a
know
rock
some people.
climber.
no. I broke my leg rock climbing. I can claim that shit all day.
Fuck.
I broke my arm capoeira,
He's
dog.
yeah, like
I'm in
that's
there.
we're lifetime members
In the
like,
game.
You can't deny us. Like I walk into Uptown Climbing, they're like, that's that guy. We know him
That's right.
because
That's
nobody
that rock
else.
climber.
Yeah, no one else has broken their shit. But yeah, what I was trying to say was y'all have been around long enough to see like multiple iterations of like the same thing going on the scene.
yeah.
Like every scene has a crazy person. I think we talked about this last podcast.
I bet I can guess who you guys fucking called out.
You know, we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Hey, fucking pretty horses, dog. Fuck you mean?
Like my favorite crazy person or my favorite?
Favorite out there comic that like they like it's just wild. You don't really understand it, but it works for you. But it's still wild. Like there can be Pretty Horses is funny, but
All right.
he might not be my favorite.
All right, so this is why you think it's Skip. This was fucked up. Like I was watching in the back of the room for like a couple of weeks before I actually went up there, and Pretty Horses went up there, and he doing his like Satan shit, and I'm looking around. I'm trying to make eye contact with any black person in the room. These motherfuckers don't give me like, oh, no, it's cool, none of that, and I'm just like scared. Like, should I leave? What is it, bro?
Suck my dick for the satanic energy.
I fell in love. Shouts out to Pretty. I'm glad he ain't dead.
Yeah, I saw him on Facebook the other day. I was like, whew, good.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's not like a crazy comedian, but Blaine Baker is probably my favorite because he's so dry. And when I go in a room and I know someone in the room and he's telling the joke that I know the punchline, I'm like, oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Just wait, it's coming. Because they're like, man, he's saying some fucked up shit. I was like, just wait for it. It's coming.
I love Blaine.
I like watching the one who doesn't laugh while the whole room like blows up.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good joke when like at least like 5 people are like, no way, not for me.
Yeah. Feel a taste in their mouth.
Speaking of Blaine, man, we gotta have to get him on this show.
Yeah.
Blaine's been doing it since I've been doing it.
Yeah,
Blaine was doing it
Y'all
before
same
I
club?
was doing it.
Oh, before.
Yeah, didn't he start at the comedy club
Across from-
from the station?
Yeah.
I don't know
across
if he
the
started
station.
at the club, but when I started doing stand-up comedy, Blaine was one of the first people I instantly remembered because his jokes had that, like you're saying, like he
Yeah.
had it
It's
sounds
just
bad. He had a
so-
dog mating joke, and that shit was hilarious. Like I've asked him 3 times in the last couple like year or so to tell it, and he's like, "No, I won't do it." Like,
I'm gonna ask him. Fuck
yeah,
that.
ask him about the dog joke. And he's
Yeah.
gonna know. He's gonna know what you're talking about.
I think he started at the comedy club because he said he went to watch and he got there early. So
And
whoever
he
the,
punked
host,
him.
whoever the host was like, "Hey, you ever think about doing comedy?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm coming check it out." He goes, "Cool, you're up." And he went first, bombed. And then the host went outside and told him like, "Oh, look, this is what you got to do. Write jokes, work
Yeah.
on it, keep coming back."
Yeah. Shit,
That's
y'all.
cool.
I like punking people into doing comedy. That's one of my favorite. Like,
They're like,
do it. You
I can do it.
pussy.
I can do it. Yeah,
Do it.
do it. I'm not gonna tell you to write shit down. Just go do it.
No, we want to hear a
You're funny to
really
your
long
friends.
story. That's what we want to hear.
One story for 5 minutes.
Right.
That's
Oh,
everyone's
you can
first
hold a story
open
your
mic.
first mic. Oh, okay.
That was probably one of my favorite like open mic style comedians is the people who would tell a story and get the light and go, "Come back next week and I'll finish the story."
Oh, what? That's gross.
I hate that.
That's gross.
I love it.
It's such a fucking mouth.
Every time someone does that, if you see me in the back of the room, I'm like, "What the hell are you thinking?" Like, I'm not gonna remember this.
I'm the one laughing too hard. Like if someone's doing something just terrible, it kills me. Like Ryan Thomas, who started the same time as us. I remember he was in the bathroom and he
King of
comes
your
out and he
class?
goes, "Did that guy just kill?" I was like, "No, he was fucking terrible." He goes, "I heard you laughing in the bathroom." I was like, "Yeah, it was so good. Horrible."
That guy was probably me, but
Yeah.
Hey, bro, we start where we start.
I've never seen a room shift energy like it does after a Ryan Thomas song. Like,
Bro,
Right?
I love it.
oh my god.
There's so many of those, and it's like once a year you'll get a joke or something that happens, and every comic loves it so much.
Yeah, it's the inside joke of the community.
Yeah. Ryan Thomas's song is one.
Yeah.
Pretty Horses.
Satanic Energy is another
Trent
one.
Manning's this.
No. That doesn't get me excited at all.
Something La Biblioteca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Leak.
Tim Leak, Biblioteca.
Yeah.
This is way before y'all's time. This is when I started. John Lombard, who's one of the like OGs when I started, had a joke, and like the punchline was Topanga thick.
Ooh, baby.
And every comic, if like he would start up the premise of the joke, and everyone was like in the background going, "Woo!" Yeah. And as soon as he dropped the punchline, everyone would go, "Oh shit!" And it was like the whole room erupt. And like it was one of the funnest things to be a part of. That, and then Will Merrill. He has like 3, but like the clap it up, like everyone always. And then if he does the when he calls the comics on the stage, that's like my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Oh yeah.
The hype crowd, the hype comics.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
Like a battle
things.
rap thing. You know, people, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Fire.
That's my favorite. I love those things. Those are like the best moments of the scene. Like when someone tells that joke that you like everyone loves, and like they make you tell it. Like it's fun. I wish I had a joke like that, but I don't. Tell.
Do you write a joke like that, or does it just come to you?
I think it just
I feel like
happens.
it's a magical thing. You're just like, this might work, and then everyone repeats it, and you're like, yeah. I'm accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got to tell this for the next 5 years.
5 years.
Oh, no. I just thought about
3
Tim
minutes
Leaks.
in?
It's definitely not Biblioteca, bro.
What was it?
What them titties
Did he
say?
say what?
Oh,
It's what them titties say, bro.
What them
I wish-
titties say?
I wish he had stopped doing it more like the thing. Yeah. Like he was doing it good. He was doing real good at first. You know what I'm saying? And then he leaned more wicked witch of the witch. Witch of the West. Yes.
Wicked Witch of the...
He leaned more Wicked Witch of the West on it, and he's more cackly, but you know.
Yeah, his inflection is what really.
He murdered that fucking Happy set, though.
That was insane.
Like, when he got off, I was for real, like, goosebumps. I was like, come here, hug. Like,
and that's how you got
He got
corona.
it in
But
him. Yeah.
what do you
That's
get?
how.
that's what started crying.
You hugged Tim Leak, you got corona.
He was the Asian guy that ate the bat.
He was so mad when someone told him we thought he was Asian.
He got that fake Asian look though, bro.
I finally told him, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started coming to the open mics, I thought you were a Down syndrome Asian. And he goes, what? I was like, no, for real. And I was like, I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, look, they're supporting him. And he goes, why would you think that? Because he'd wear jogging pants and the t-shirt, which is kind of the outfit for
People who get dropped off
who are
Dress
Asian,
themselves.
who are Asian or
Yeah.
have Down syndrome. I don't know. That ain't my experience, but I respect it.
Oh, that was the thing too. I remember saying something, and I was like, "Of course, the Chinese guy doesn't like it." And he goes, "What?" I was like, "Your last name's Lee." He goes, "It's Lee."
I remember that night. I remember that.
That was so much fun.
Oh my god! Fucking.
What places like are your favorites to like perform in Baton Rouge right now? Like venues wise, and does the venue affect how you perform?
100%.
Yeah. It's like venue and crowd. It's the balance, bro. But
Because there's some venues, even if it has a lighter crowd, I just feel more comfortable there.
yeah, like if it
Like Hi-Ho, this motherfucker murdered and didn't record it. Like literally
is that the one with
greatest.
it was the stripper pole and the laundry.
No, that's Buddha Belly.
Buddha.
That's
Yeah, we
Buddha
did that
Belly.
one
That's
too.
that's one of
He
my
did all
Bro,
right there.
bro,
He
that-
did all right
too
there.
noisy,
But
too
dude, Hi-Ho was the greatest set
Oh,
I've ever
yeah,
seen
yeah.
Wes Ross have. Like for real, in the middle of his set, goosebumps, and I sat and just watched and went,
Yeah,
"Oh my god, they're
Tahoe
getting
was
this
a
little
magical
dork."
place. Yeah,
that was amazing.
that ain't bad.
The time I went with Terrence and Vaughn, first time Tahoe was like, or Hi-Ho, and then Buddha was packed. And then this time it was the opposite.
Yeah,
Hi-Ho was great. The fucking just circling in. Like, he didn't even go out on stage. He's like, up next, blah, blah, blah. You just go up. It's like a stripper thing.
Yeah.
Up next, Cinnamon. All right, Diamond.
But my favorite place in Baton Rouge is probably the station. Just I feel like the layout is more built like a comedy.
Yeah,
It's the low ceiling, I think.
Yeah, low ceiling,
Dark.
all the dark, the tables. Everybody can actually face the stage comfortably, and it's not, the room's not like extra long.
Well, they have that magic lighting too, where like you're well lit, you can't see anyone. It could be a packed room or 5 people. You see the same thing. All you see are lights.
Y'all tripping? I can see that shit.
Yeah, I can see.
That's what you can see.
Bro, I can see a lot of shit. You don't even know. I don't. You only need
Sam
so
can
much
see
information.
behind his back. One time I did like this, and he goes,
Yeah.
"I saw that." I'm like, "How the
Bro.
fuck?"
Y'all not.
reflection off the glass.
They're not good at this game. You know what I'm saying? It's an echelon of the tapping the shoulder game.
What was like your first few months of comedy? What was the biggest thing you couldn't get over in terms of stage presence? What you did wrong? I'm asking this for you, Skip.
Fuck, I know. That's why when you asked, I was like, "Is it the joke punchline?" It was either that or
Chris Rock.
putting my toes over the stage, and I'd see you guys do this. I'm like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "You're gonna fall." I was like, "I'm good."
Yeah, but you were drunk as
Drunk
fuck.
as shit, yeah. I got this
Yeah. At the city bar, he would always have his
every
feet
time.
Off the
stage.
stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're making
I
me
hit
nervous.
I hit you up 2 weeks ago. I was in New Orleans and I saw the video, and for a second, my toes went over. I was like, "Wes Ross, guess who's back?" 3 feet off the world, dude.
What about you, Sam?
Oh damn. I didn't really record my sets back then for me to like go back and like think about what I did. I recorded a couple of them, but
I'll have every single one.
I'm in hard. I'm in real hard. Liking real hard.
Like saying like,
yeah,
liking. Oh, dude, I still do it.
gotta cut
Every
out that
time.
trash out of your vocabulary, but it be what it be.
You have anything like that?
See,
Honestly, no.
Solid.
Not
Okay.
Not
okay.
not in a sense that like there aren't things I don't want to work on. Like obviously I have things I want to improve on. Like for instance, I'm a very animated person in real life, but subconsciously when I started comedy, I was more animated just like I'm naturally am. But after my accident with my leg, I became a lot more like stationary in the pocket. And it wasn't because like I don't want to be animated. It's because like I fear that like subconsciously like I have a weak leg now. Like
Yeah.
I was performing in my wheelchair. I was performing in,
Yeah,
like in crutches and stuff. So I got used to just standing still. Now I basically had to reteach myself how to like get back to where I want to move around a lot. And the only reason I even found out is because Michael Abogdaddy and Terrence like basically yelled at me in a car ride to New Orleans for 20 minutes about it one time.
About standing still.
And they were like, "Why are you not moving like you normally do?" And it was something I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they were like, "You stand still now."
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And they're like, "You stand still and you're not a still person." And I was like, "I know I'm not a still person, but," and they were like, "You don't move on stage anymore." And then one day after that, like I went on Hi-Ho and I literally was thinking about it while I was telling my jokes. I was like, "Oh, I'm not moving at all." And I was like, "Why do I want to move?" I had to like really do some
You gave me that note one time. You're like, "Dude, this joke is solid, but if you did something," I was like what? You're like, "Just move." And I was like, "I'm already moving, but I'm pacing."
You're pacing.
And then I took that note, and the next night I did something. I was like, "Ugh, I feel like Dane Cook," because I did something like.
Say dog, don't be shitting on Dane Cook.
I'm not shitting on Dane Cook.
Good luck, Chuck. I watched that 2 months ago.
Right? I'm not shitting on him,
shouldn't
but
have
at the same
touched
time, I don't want people going like, "Oh, he's copying Dane Cook."
Yeah, well, you
Just
are
raw.
like Baton Rouge Burt Kreischer, though. That's
Just because I'm fat.
yeah.
Morgan Wright is the fatter Burt Kreischer of Baton Rouge.
Hey, can't wait till you see these videos. You're gonna fight one body.
Hey man. Oh wait, is this my rebuttal for the fucking jerry rig thing? Hey Morgan, Sup, dog? Who's got the mic now?
Get at him.
You have a camera right in front of your face, and you choose to look at that one.
Bro, that's the more dramatic one. You
That
turn
is
your
more
head.
dramatic.
That was more
I wanted
dramatic.
to see all my boys in this picture.
Coming after you.
Now I love Morgan. I love anyone who could bust balls and be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like the more you bust balls, I feel like that's more respectful than respecting someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make
A little
sense?
bit,
Talk to me. Let me exfoliate.
Like
Yes.
Kenny's not funny at all. Like I'm way funnier than Kenny.
Whoa.
Bro, this comedy rivalry is not even
We're going to have Kenny
Kenny,
and
yeah.
Morgan.
Like I'm funnier, I'm sexier than Kenny. Than just
Oh
Kenny.
my God.
Damn.
Is this about the Instagram lives you'll be doing?
Yeah. No, and that's literally the basis of it all. Like Kenny is my favorite person. The day he was like, "You're not funny," I was like, "He thinks I'm funny."
I think you misunderstood him.
I'll translate for you.
I'm set.
if you really need it, bro. I'm looking out for you.
Yeah, we're going to have them on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. I'll come. I'll fucking
You'll
climb up a ladder.
scale 3 stories and say what's up.
That's 2.
Oh, my bad.
He got hops. He can jump in.
Nah, I'm
Off that
good.
rail.
No, but that's like my favorite thing. I feel like once you start fucking with someone, you're like, you're in. You know? Like instead of like, hey, you're doing really good. Let me hold your hand. Do this. When you go like, well, that fucking Greg, dude. Best thing hey, young blood, why you cursing so much? You don't have to curse that much. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go to the comedy thing in Shreveport? Young blood, calm down. You only got 1 minute of funny shit. And I was like, yeah. And at first I was like, damn. And I was like, wait, he thinks I got 1 minute of funny shit.
Yeah, like-
I wanted to ask like, hey, is it like 15 seconds here and there, or is it like a minute?
solid
Do I have a
minute.
solid minute? Put me on that 2
Do I
minute
have a
mic.
Kill Tony minute?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Going away.
That brings me to my next point. Now that you guys have either hosted or are currently hosting a production, how does it feel? Like you kind of touched on it earlier. How does it feel to have people coming to you for advice? Like as soon as you elevate to like I'm a producer of something, everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, I have to have your opinion. Like how do you guys like challenge?
I look at it the
understood
same
that?
way because I was in their shoes where I did ask. Like I remember I asked Morgan Wright, I was like, hey man, I've been doing mics. Like I don't want to get on shows, but like what's the next step to getting on shows, right? Stupid, dumb, young comic, old as fuck, but young in the comic game.
Yeah.
And I was just asking him advice. And then he turned it into Skip Angelle asked me how to write funny. Because I beat him at Stone versus Drunk versus Sober.
Oh my God, I'm never gonna hear the end of this from him.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, yeah, bro, it's cool. Like, I understand. If I feel like you actually trying to do it, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
But if I feel like you just bullshitting, I'm not gonna waste my breath on you, dog.
There's
If I
Yeah.
only
Give you
see you at the
advice.
station on Wednesdays,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
what is
like.
that? Like, I want to do comedy. Okay, you know, there's 3 mics, right?
Cool,
Like,
that's- yeah.
I don't only see you at one.
Yeah, I want to see you.
Actually, there's more than that. Lafayette's right there. New Orleans has every day but Saturday.
Right.
Bro, I was stuck in this scene when they have. I used to go to 5 mics a week in Baton Rouge when they had that. That was
They had 5.
Yeah, we
bro.
did.
Oh, Monday at Barcadia.
Monday at Barcadia.
Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sunday at
Fucking
the place off of corporate.
Yeah.
Tap.
something beer place to drink beer.
Oh, the beer and donuts place, District Donuts.
No, it was right next to the Cove.
It was the Cole's sister that had beer.
Oh,
only.
Pirate Bay.
Something draft.
No,
Corporate beer and draft.
There you go.
CBD.
CBD.
Yeah.
CBD.
Yeah.
That was Sundays.
Okay.
That was run by Raven. Shouts out to
Monday.
Raven. Monday was
Shouts out to Ray. Provo.
Arcadia.
Arcadia.
Yeah.
Provo. Shouts out to Provo.
Shouts out to
Tuesdays
him.
used to be
My boy.
Huey's. That's where I first started going.
Well, we were
Or
still at
before
Spanish
that.
Moon at that
Yeah.
point when it was
Okay.
five.
Yeah.
When it was 5 mics, it was still Spanish Moon.
Shit,
Okay.
Still another show at Spanish
Yeah.
Moon.
That guy. Bam.
Boom.
Wednesday. Who was hosting? Bruno and Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thursday,
Michael,
Mr. Daddy.
Mr. Albeck Papi.
That dude's awesome too. That dude gives the greatest advice ever.
Banner's legend, dog.
Bro.
Like, I for real hit him up. I was like, hey man, I didn't want to host a show, but now I'm hosting a show. You used to do it all the time. And he sent a link that I shared with him.
Yeah.
It is the greatest advice ever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he's like, every once in a while when I have to host a mic, I'll go back and reread it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on there is fucking golden. Like, it's not about you. It's about the room.
Yeah.
So every time I forget about it, I'm like, I'm going to try some new bits tonight. And I bomb. I'm like, fuck. Selfish.
He gives some solid advice. He'll send you some links, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's well read.
Really, yeah. Shouts out to Mr. Daddy.
Yeah. So now that you guys produce stuff, what are like some goals that you guys have producing wise, Wes included?
I don't know. Definitely get more attention to the comedy scene here. Like, it'd be cool if this podcast got going, but I'd really like more people to come to mics, more people to come to shows and stuff like that.
I just want people to be fucking excited about what they do.
Yeah.
Like when open micers are like, I don't want to share it. Like, I don't want my friends seeing it. Dude, you are doing public speaking.
Yeah.
You need a public. Who cares if it's your family or friends? Like, then maybe don't say the fucked up shit you think you can get away with. Like, it's being recorded somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, like my fucking aunts and uncles and mom came to see me do one of my paid gigs. I did clean shit.
Really? You changed it? Dude.
Yeah, I did clean shit.
No.
My shit was clean for like most part. I did like minimum cursing. They already know I'm cursing. I'm good at it.
I actually had my aunt and uncle, like my mom's brother and sister, in a show in New Orleans. I go up there, like, just waiting to say hi to, like, the other dudes, and they're there, and I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. I'm very surprised, and I'm like, what am I going to say tonight? And I didn't change it, so I kind of, like, led into it. They're very religious, and I was like, hey, I might mention something about priests and kids.
Oh, a little diddle.
I was like, and they're like,
I like how you doing the diddle hand,
Yeah,
but,
right.
but downward you turn
Down,
it up.
yeah.
That's straight up diddle.
well, if they're laying down.
Yeah.
You playing piano now?
Yeah. Playing piano, not kids. But no, like, and I told them that. I was like, I have this. And they're like, don't worry about it. Like, just do what you do. And I was like, yeah, I will do what I do.
But
And then I doubled down on abortion jokes.
Hey, dog.
I didn't. Not that night.
I definitely want to see the scene grow because if the scene grows, it makes places for more things to happen in Baton Rouge. Because I'm tired of people saying nothing happens in Baton Rouge. No, you don't do shit.
That is the worst fucking
You don't
excuse
do
ever. That's
anything.
Yeah.
It's so much shit happening. It's just waiting for the crowd
That's
for it
every
to
city.
pop off. You carry your scene.
Well,
city
shit.
carries-
Even when I first moved to Baton Rouge, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it for the first 6 months because everyone in Lafayette was like, Baton Rouge sucks. Moved to Baton Rouge, and they're like, Baton Rouge sucks. I'm like, oh yeah, Baton Rouge sucks. I was like, wait, there are things to do. Like, I'd go to all the open mics. Anytime there was like a band show or whatever, like, there is shit to do.
There is.
I think what it is, like, especially in Lafayette, their use of everything happens on one street.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I gotta Uber somewhere
You got to
after
It's
Uber
not
here?
easily
move around.
accessible, and
Yeah.
so people get mad, and that's unfortunately the crux of the scene. But like, there's a lot of great this performing arts in general in Baton Rouge, and I
bro.
think that just gets
Dude, family dinner is sick.
Yeah.
They blew my mind the first time I saw them.
Yeah.
Like, I just sat there and went, this is in fucking Baton Rouge. This is in Louisiana?
Yeah, dog. Shouts out to family. That's
Mike
Shouts-
Honore, dude.
Shouts out to Mike Honore. We got to get him on
dog.
here.
Yeah.
We got to get everybody on here. Eventually, when things quiet down, we'll do that.
Someone said the other day, like, how far you want to take this? I was like, Mike Honore far. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, where you just show up at an open mic, they're like, we'll squeeze you in.
Yeah.
Like, just that.
Yeah.
And you deliver. That's the thing, too. Not just
you
squeezed
gotta-
in, but
you gotta-
I got to, yeah.
Yeah. Pull up. Pull up with your jokes and shit.
Yeah.
Locked and loaded, cocked and ready.
Like, I've tried to give Mike Honore the business a couple times, and it's like he's like, ha ha ha. He's like a Shaggy meme. He's like, oh, and he goes on afterwards, kills, and he goes, hey man, good set before me. It's like, you son of a, like, and I feel like I
You
feel
were a
like,
great feature, man.
Yeah.
I miss when people were getting burnt alive in Baton Rouge and doing stand up. I miss that.
I 100% miss that.
What do you mean, like by the crowd?
No, by the comics.
Comics had like more of an edge to them back in the day. Like that's how I grew up. Like people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna make people forget who you are." Like
Right? Yes.
that was like how I grew up, and for the scene, and that was like a little bit too like almost taking it for granted. Like, oh, yeah, you'll get them next time, and whatever. Like people were performing like it was the last time they were going to touch the mic, and like it shows. It shows.
But that's like a more excessive busting balls. Like, I fucking hate you.
No. It's like, all right, you go up. All right, you're at an open mic. You're 5 people back, and 4 people just let the whole fucking stage on fire.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. They just cared more. I thought you meant people were like talking shit. Like,
No, they were.
Okay.
People were.
Talking.
That'd be
Oh my
fucking
God.
great.
Yes, it was. And you see like people new come on right after like some people who are OGs, and they just like, I'm gonna talk about the lights. Oh, ooh.
Well, that's like what you guys were saying earlier about like other giving advice. Like, you don't want to give advice to someone who's just like, oh no, I just I work and I like stand up, so I did stand up. No, like, are you writing? Are you doing this? Are you thinking about it? Is it bugging the shit out of you that you went, fuck, I said one word wrong, and it fucked up my whole 5 minutes. No one else noticed, but you noticed. Even like Wes.
I did have my hi-hat set recorded, and I listened to it, and I was like, I fucked up that one.
Oh yeah, and I saw it, and I was like, that is the greatest set he's ever had.
Yeah.
Shit, even drunk, he came to my house. I was like, you need to write more. And he goes, what? I was like, tired of the same jokes. Write more. And he's like, oh shit, maybe I should write. I think that's how I translate it. I don't know. I was probably like, you're like,
Hey, Trent Manning, right?
I understood enough of it, and then I did a new.
Right more, Trent Manning. Do it. Do it. Since I'm being spicy towards people, I'm gonna open up a little spice can.
I always ask people like how much they write. Like, I have fucking tons of material that I will not say on stage yet. Because it's not ready, or it's just a blip of a thought.
But that's
how you work on it.
But that's the problem. A lot of people, they do the back work, like the back style homework. I'm writing and writing, but they're not performing. Nothing gets done if it just sits in the notebook.
Right.
And like that's why when you see like me, like I'm always doing new stuff on stage, because like one, I have the necessity of like hosting a monthly showcase or multiple monthly showcases. I have to have new material for those things. Right. But it's also like you can't be afraid of a joke failing. And
no,
like,
not dude.
And that's what I like. I'm teaching my class the same thing. I'm like, you write, perform it. Like you can squeeze it in somehow. Perform it. Like get it out because it does nobody.
It don't really take shape until it's like.
If anyone knows failed jokes, it's gonna be Skip.
You can't write a perfect joke.
Right. Well, no. And the first couple months, what I do is like now I have a rule. Like if I write something down, I won't say it till like the second week, because I know I'm gonna tag, I'm gonna change, but I'm gonna fix it somehow. Back in the day, I used to go like, oh, I wrote this today. I'm gonna say it on stage. I'm gonna do 5 minutes on butt stuff.
God, I remember that week.
And he goes,
man.
why are you doing that? I was
week.
like, I gotta figure it out. And he goes, what? And I think that's the same time I got off stage, and I'd get super wasted before shows. And you're like, I was like, another bomb down. And you're like, what? Are you bombing on purpose? I was like, yeah. You got to bomb a lot when you start. And you were like,
what?
Yeah. You're like, what? You're like,
I definitely told you.
You're like,
it's a requirement, man. You need at least 20.
If you don't have a problem bombing, try to do well when you bomb. You don't give a shit. And I was like,
yeah, I was like, that was the first time I was like, Skip got some bad ideas.
Yeah, and it was literally like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, like because like when I started, like I would write something, do it the next week, but I wasn't even writing. I literally kept everything in my brain. I've talked about this a lot.
Your brain and mold it a little bit,
perform it, and then never to say it again for my first 7 months doing comedy. But like. That prepared me for like the position I'm in now, where I have to come up with stuff and like be ready to talk about it soon. So like my brain works, and then whatever. My process is terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it's not for everybody, but it works for me and my style. Because like A, I'm a little bit more improvisational than most, but B, like it keeps me on my toes and I can come up with more stuff. But yeah, there's people who like, I don't understand where they get this connotation that like bombing is like a great thing.
I thought it was.
Like, it's
not a great thing. I was like, oh, I'm getting them out of the way.
No,
you're
bomb
sailing
more.
from
You're not gonna
here.
run out of bombers.
You're not gonna run that. You're gonna bomb at sometimes the worst possible time. You never thought it would happen. Like,
You ever feel a bomb coming? You're like, I haven't had a bomb in a while.
No.
nah.
Oh,
never feel
fuck
a
you.
bomb.
You've looked at me and go, I'm gonna bomb tonight.
Well, that's just. I don't want to blame the crowd, but yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just
You
like
just
it's,
feel
it's
you're like-
light.
you're like,
you
all right.
see what jokes are working, and that none of your jokes are like that, and
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, I'll eat it.
Well, no, it's something you and I talked about too. If taking all your old jokes, like that's why I write everything down, even if it's a snippet of an idea, write it down, compartmentalize it within like genres or whatever, or like topics.
Yeah.
And we had this discussion of like, hey, we wrote a bunch of stuff when we first started. What if you just leave it aside and then when the new year starts, you read them all and you go, I can fix this. I'm smarter now. I know how to say a joke now.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, I brought back a couple old things 2 weeks ago. Probably my favorite bits.
Yeah.
Just because I added 1 or 2 tags to it, and I was like, I figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like a Rubik's cube. You're like, got it.
Yeah. Here we go. Look, Mom.
I did it.
Pass me a beverage, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get ready to close it down. One more beverage for the folks.
Well,
Where you gonna-
vodka.
We're
No, I'm talking about the
You drink some
coconut
beers.
thing.
the coconut bear.
Yeah.
Moving on from stand up, just a little bit lighthearted stuff. What have you guys been watching on the Rona?
Dude.
Like, because
I got a movie for everyone.
Movie.
It's called Time Freak.
what? That sounds low budget.
Dude, I think it's a Hulu original. It has the kid from Ender's Game. I think he was in that.
Oh,
and then it has
okay.
Skylar Gosden or he was the older kid in the newest Vacation. Dorky kid.
that?
Everyone, right?
Vacation.
Yeah, the newest Vacation. It's like 2 years ago.
Vacation. What's vacation?
Vacation with Ed Helms. Vacation.
Okay. Vacation first.
Oh,
It's
you
did
talking
you
about
see
when they
Bo-
go to Mexico and get the weed?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh,
Did you
that's-
see-
That's
We're the Millers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Willie Miller's is amazing.
Did you
I'll
see-
watch that shit tonight.
Did you see Booksmart?
No.
Yeah, I know what it is.
The rich, crazy DJ guy.
Yeah, I know.
He's in Time Freak.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, he is the greatest sidekick ever. It's like, Time Freak. Yeah.
Okay. Time Freak.
and then fucking Tiger King. Love it or hate it, dude. It's fucking amazing.
I haven't even watched it yet.
Dude, if you watch it and you don't feel like a better person,
God damn, that was smooth.
You know.
then you're a real.
I learned
piece
this
of
from
shit.
Goran.
I warmed it up for him.
You did.
Tiger King. What? So can
Tiger
you
King was amazing.
Can you explain like the premise of Tiger King?
Okay,
'Cause
it's
I've seen like 5 different things about it, and someone said polygamy, someone said tigers, someone said
Wonderful
You know
Whites in
Corona,
West
dude.
Virginia. You saw
Oh
that
no,
one?
yeah, absolutely. I went back and rewatched it because I was like, yeah, it's kind of
That
close.
bitch thick. Oh, tasted it. Oh.
Do what?
Smoky, thick. Oh.
There's another bottle, dude. Popping bottles. Popping bottles in the
God.
pod.
All right, so since you're asleep.
Gotcha, cuz.
What movies have you been watching? I've been watching time travel and spy movies, and I've been smoking a lot of pot to try to like redo the debacle of the Team Stoned thing.
Oh, you
that
want to get
happened.
into that?
We can
Hey,
talk
bro,
about it.
talk about him. Talk about my co-host.
We can talk about it.
him.
Look, man, that was dark. Like really dark. For real, I was like, who do I give this hat to?
Give it to
Like,
me.
he
You
was-
give that hat to me.
Well, no, I even
so for the people who don't know what Skip's referring to, Skip, there's a show called Stone versus Drunk versus Sober, which is a comedy show where there's 3 sets of teams of 2, and they're either one of them stoned, one of them's drunk, one of them sober, and they compete to see who has the funniest set, and it's voted on by a crowd. And Skip and I both recently have performed on it, and Skip had a very different experience than I had.
well, you did it right though. You got drunk.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what you got to do. I
well-
did that too when I was on drunk.
Well, no, I
Skip is a ducking bitch. He's a scary hoe,
I
and he
perform
ran
and
away from
Skip did not.
comedy.
Yeah, no, I couldn't even be there.
But and let me say this. This is the second time this year I've been able to tell Skip this. I told you so. I told you were like, I'm gonna get on an edible and I'm gonna smoke a blunt.
I love that.
I said, Skip, that sounds way too much.
Yeah.
Because I've seen other comics who are way more experienced.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for me?
Yeah, dog.
Oh shit. Thanks, man.
Well, pour me some.
I saw my man JW, the white bulb.
I heard about him.
Him and a couple comics from New Orleans. I saw them go, we're too high. And they literally were on stage. They would get on stage. They would say a punchline and be silent for the rest of their set. And it was freaky. And I was like, ooh. So when you were talking to me about it, like, I'm going to get really high and I don't get high like that. I was like, that's not a good idea, dog.
Yeah.
That's not
I
good.
for real thought I was going to get up on stage and be like, this is weird.
You have to be in a level.
I couldn't even get next to this thing. I couldn't even be in.
You don't be getting
place.
high like that, so
Yeah.
I know.
But the whole trick of the game is you have to get to the level where you can perform, and it's you gotta sell that you're on that thing. But you still gotta perform. Like,
I don't know, man. I think I did it right.
Quitting is
quitting.
You ran away from comedy.
Man,
That's the pussiest shit ever, dog. I'm talking about you. I was so disappointed with it. I got to hear it through the grapevine, bro.
Yes.
I was so disappointed in you.
You host the show with the guy who
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, no.
That hurt my heart.
I
I
thought
felt
of-
personally attacked.
I thought of all that. I was like, I'm blacklisted from comedy. Who do I give this hat to? I was about to call
Anything
you. I was
Sam
about to call little baby Reese and be like, you guys want to take my spot hosting a show?
It hurt my heart, dog.
It hurt my heart.
when I heard
You
it,
ran away. If I was you would have stayed. I'd have made you stay. I'd have took your keys.
I'm not
and
gonna
beat you up.
lie though, like I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck because
It
it's
is
like
funny.
it's a story. Like anyone talks about weed, they're like, not Skip. I'm like, hey man, I think it's funnier than my set probably would have been that night.
and I mean, it's a story. It'll last through the ages.
Yeah.
Like me throwing my shoes at people. That
Right?
yeah.
I ain't hear
Yeah.
that.
story.
This
Wait,
dude
what?
got so drunk he was
Oh,
slapping
oh,
drinks
yeah,
on
When
the
I
stage.
played
yeah,
stand
yeah.
so North
And he
Minnesota,
left without his shoes.
I came back and got him.
Yeah. An hour later.
Well, I had to go take care of business though.
Yeah.
I had to go get my money.
Oh, that
I
business.
literally, I was inebriated to the point where I was lucid to know I needed to get shit done. And I knew that like my appearance and how drunk I was going to make it easier for me to get it. So like I
Dude,
went.
your knees were buckled that night inwards. Like
No, well, yeah, I'm like not.
It
double-
not needed a little bit.
I'm a little bit not needed. So like if I'm relaxed, like I literally stand and like lock out all the way.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening. But like no. So the reason I ran down the street with my shoes off is because like City Bar hadn't paid us that week. And I knew that in my head, so I went to City Bar kind
with
of
no shoes on.
with
From
no shoes
Happy's.
on.
So that's
From
what's up.
Happy's.
That's what's up.
And
That's
I
what's
walked
up.
up. Then this is the thing. Like I walked up, and they were like, "Omar, where are your shoes?" I was like, "Don't ask me about my damn shoes. I need to
this
talk.
shit. None of
I
your
said,
goddamn
I need to
business."
talk to the man's." They're like, "Why?" I was like, "He didn't pay me." They're like, "Where?" I said, "Where is he?" And they're like, "He's upstairs." And I went upstairs. He's like, "Yo, Omar, what's wrong with you?" I was like, "I need my money, and I need it now."
I gotta buy some shoes.
Wait, was this a Friday or a Saturday?
It was Saturday night, so they were
like packed upstairs.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dog.
And he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Dude, I'm fine. I just give me the money so I can go home and get my shoes." And he's like, "What is going on?" He wrote the check, and then I literally got back to Happy's, put my shoes on, and then I got in the car and left. Well, I didn't drive. I had a driver.
My favorite comment was Baby Reese was like, Omar looks like he's wearing fake legs. He does.
Yeah. Hey, I was funny as shit though. I should have won. I'm not gonna name any names, but I didn't bribe anybody. But anyway,
Damn. That boy is spicy. Spicy section. Shouts out to Justin Baker. You a ducking ass bitch. You ain't start your fucking podcast that you've been talking about for 2 years, and I don't appreciate
His
that
wrestling thing.
shit. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna say the title, but you know I'm gonna say
Who
he's
is it that was
scary ass
bugging him
hoe.
about it? They're like, I want to be part of it. I don't know about wrestling. But
Several people,
it is what it is.
but he hiding.
Well, if it's somebody sticking their nose what it shouldn't be.
This can't devolve into that. But say your piece, and then we're about to get off.
Well, I
of
mean,
this
it could
thing.
be Trent Manning if we're being.
Oh God, no! This is we're better than that. We're better.
Are
Than,
we?
I am.
Because it just happened right there.
I am.
Well, I can't say like.
Hey,
like,
I'm new here.
The comedy scene, like what I've heard it was and what it is.
It's so much funner. Like as far as like interpersonal relationships. I
Yeah.
believe.
Well, not only that, like fucking not to make the whole thing about Baby Reese, but even that when someone posted like everyone doing the cry face and everything, and I think it was you.
Yeah,
right?
it was me.
That's
Yeah.
why the old schoolers think we're soft because we miss people when they leave.
Yeah. I mean, I still get Snapchatted from Robert Allen Hall, man. I miss that guy too. You know, so.
I appreciate
He was always good, but whenever he came back for Christmas or whatever,
Yeah.
oh my god, it
Oh,
was
that
like,
religious joke was fucking great.
bro, it was like a
You
totally
still,
different guy.
and the craziest
Yeah, I
thing
hear
is,
that.
like, that's the weird thing about comics. They can get better or get worse. And he's one of those comics that like when I met him, he was a traveling comic. He had traveled back here from Florida. He was living in Florida, and he used to do. Sam was here when he did it. He used to go on stage and kind of do the Lance Woolley thing. He would do a solid material, and then finish his set out with like very solid songs, like. And he stopped doing that. Yeah. And I literally, you can ask him right now. I'll always be like, you need to bring that damn guitar back. You were amazing. And he had a joke, a song called "You Got a Friend in Me," and it was like to the Toy Story.
Yeah.
But it was about being gay. And like I have it on video
I ain't
somewhere.
seen that one.
I haven't seen that one in so long, but it's weird, man. You see comics come and go, and how they change, and like they get better. Or
Shouts
they
out
get
to
worse.
growth and shit.
Yeah, shouts out to growth, and hopefully we can continue that on.
Guitars on stage, that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to fully commit to it. Actually, I saw someone post. It's a Lafayette comedian, Nancy Roy. She had she walks up with an acoustic, puts it near the stool, and you're like, is she gonna play it? No, she sold it from the stage. She's like, I got drunk and ordered it on Amazon, $200 guitar, $50. And I was like, that's better than playing it.
Yeah, it's music on stage. If they're good, it's hard to follow. But if they're bad, it's so much fun. They follow that because you can make fun of them so easily.
Well, if it ain't Dimitri Martin, I want to hear it on some shit. Or
Hey, that's
Burton.
real.
Or Bo Burton.
He quit.
He quit.
Yeah, he was depressed that you didn't go to his shows.
He looked very depressed. I ain't surprised about that shit. Look, you looked at that motherfucker, you like, damn, that boy's sad. He big sad.
He got emo bangs.
He listened to Juice WRLD and shit.
Well, like, what are your thoughts? Like, how do we make the comedy scene bigger, better, badder, blacker?
Blacker.
I don't know why I
we
looked
can
at you right when it blacker.
Dude, all right, make it black. To make it blacker, we go to the other side of Florida Boulevard.
There's a whole black comedy scene in Baton Rouge y'all just don't know about.
I believe it.
Kenny told me about it. He goes, man, I think you should try doing a black show. I was like, what's the
He
difference?
told me the same thing.
Yeah, he's like, well, what's the difference? He goes, they'll eat you fucking alive, dude.
Yeah. Rest of
That's
y'all
not Kenny's
pussy.
voice. They'll eat you alive, dude.
Big Reese is the only one that I know done the black show.
Yeah?
Yeah. The rest of y'all kind of scary and pussy.
You don't think I could do one? I could do one. I could put
Can or
something
will
together.
is two different things.
Can and will. Yeah.
Can and will.
I don't think you can. I think you will.
I will.
They don't. I ain't gonna care about that, bro.
I think that's a question that could be that I could literally get sidetracked for like forever on that.
Right? Well, no, I was watching, is it Gary Owens?
Mm-hmm.
White comedian who was named the funniest black comedian in Atlanta or something like that.
He was on Comedy View. I knew about Gary Owens.
There's a new thing with Andrew Schultz, the interviews, and dude, he is so funny.
Yeah.
He's just like, I just did it because I'm the best.
That's King White Boy comedy.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz is King White Boy comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So you
I
saying
saw
I
him
need a
live.
fresh fade?
Yeah, bro. Get that
Yeah.
fade.
Black
Wear
girls
some
don't like it.
J's.
Black
you know
girls
what
don't
I'm
like the dudes without a fresh edge. At least you got to
saying?
edge
You
it
know what
up.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Speaking of fresh edges, dude, it's
All
Corona
all the
time.
barbershops are closed.
Yeah,
man.
it's dude. You notice?
I got my haircut.
You
before
notice
that.
Just Kenny
I'm
has
good.
not posted a single picture of his face recently
You
because
want to make that man shoot me?
yeah, no, because look, Fresh Line Friday. Where do I look? Here, Fresh Line Friday. Hey man, you were about to
Your
reach
barber
your
gotta
second.
love you to cut your hair
Yeah,
at this time. Your barber
I told him
really
I was
has to
like,
love you.
hey man, I think I could do it. He goes, I'd cheat on a girl before I cheat on my barber.
It's black thing. You
don't understand, dog.
Yeah, you just don't get it.
Yeah. He know.
But yeah, I think honestly, to like make the scene grow and stuff, we got to keep supporting each other and keep thinking outside the box is really what I've been trying to preach, and like being innovative and trying to be ahead of the curve. And
well, shit, even things like this is fucking amazing. You know,
it's very good. But
it's very good.
we gotta keep doing it and keep doing our things and really improving on ourselves. If you improve on yourself individually, I think it just translates to everything else you do.
I think we do need an egotistical comic in the scene, though. Someone who just thinks they're the greatest. That way everyone else is like, well, I'm going to be better than them. Like, I'm okay not being the funniest, but I'm not the least funny.
You created a silent competition between me and Reese. You knew that?
Yeah.
Did I really?
Yeah, because that same night you were drunk, you're like, Reese is fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Hey, that's my brother, too.
He
But
pulling up, bro. He pulling up with his guns out, dog.
It's funny that he says that.
Lately.
It's funny that he says that because I have pictures of them two 2 nights in a row where they're literally just like bro loving, like sharing fries with cheeses.
yeah, we did that at high school.
There's a candlelight, and then the next night they're waiting for pizza and they're both across from each other, like texting each other.
That's cute as shit.
And I was like,
adorable.
look at these dudes. And then I found out both of these motherfuckers don't know how to ride a bike. I'm double their age, so I feel like I gotta teach them.
We're gonna go to Dallas and teach Baby Reese first.
I don't know. Right
So GoFundMe for training wheels for Wes and Reese.
But no, yeah.
Fuck me. Okay.
There needs sometimes
Wait,
there doesn't need to be a bad guy, but there was back in the day there was always a guy who like really kept it real and like I don't know. I don't want to be that guy because like I just don't care.
A lot of shit.
That's why I fucking miss Greg, dude. Greg was the greatest. Like when he told you something, you just listen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of his like.
Because he's older.
He's older,
and he's funnier.
and he's
Well, my favorite, like,
And before you even meet him, you hear shit about him, and you're like, "Oh, this guy's legit."
Yeah,
I didn't hear shit. He just walked up.
I did.
I think it's because he uses Youngblood a lot. He was like, "Youngblood, you used to fuck, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Me too. All these fucking virgins." That's what tore to tell with his voice. But
He
yeah,
told Skip, he said, "I like your comedy because you can tell you can fuck."
yeah. And it was literally like, I'm tired of hanging out with all these virgins, so I like you now. And I was like,
That's what's up. I miss Greg.
yeah. There needs to be someone. Always has to be that person, but like right now, like I'm more focused on helping like people do the production side of things. So I feel like that's more where I'm at. Like I'm starting to like jump into like critiquing people's comic for real, like as a teacher. But right now, I know my strength is like helping people build things that can last. And like
My favorite is bullying. I like the bullying. Constructive criticism that comes, but you know.
Well, then you
bully.
can be the guy.
yeah, you be the guy.
you can be the guy, because you can roast them and they ain't got shit
And
to
I'll
say.
be the one like, "Oh no, come here, you did good, you did good." And you're like, "Nah, young blood, look, they're just telling you what's
Say
up.
dog.
It's your first set."
I like when like
I actually heard Greg say that to someone. They got off stage and everyone's like giving him props. He goes, "Hey man, good job, but everyone loves you because this was your first time. Let's see what you do the second time." And I was
That's what's up.
I remember Sal felt bad on his second set, and he did fine. He felt bad on his second set, but it's only because his first set was like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You remember his first set at the
It was amazing.
First
It
set
get
was
great.
crazy. It's
And
like
he like felt bad. I'm like,
Well,
bro.
that's the thing too. Is like I don't want to give advice because I'm still figuring shit
Yeah.
out. I'll go like a month or two where I'm like, all right,
Everybody
I think
is.
I got it kind of dialed in, and then I just shit the bed. So I can't be like, hey, you know what you need to do? What, person who just shit the bed?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I guess I just want everyone to care about it a little bit more.
Anybody?
Yeah.
You know?
I think if everyone
like-
cared about it a little bit more, that would really solve everything.
They'll get when the corona break, or they gonna be scared because they ain't touch a mic in.
Oh
a
my
couple
God,
of weeks.
everyone's gonna have a fucking
They'll have
fresh
rust.
five of
Rust.
Corona quarantine.
I didn't even,
No, I ain't
even
touching
even
the
right
corona
one.
like that.
I've been-
I might do like 30 seconds.
I've been smoking so much that I think I'm gonna sound like Doug Benson when the mics start up again. I'm just gonna be the weed comic. Like I've literally been just overdoing it.
You really trying to get the title back on Stone versus Drunk.
That's the thing. It's like I was like, "What? Look, there's
Skip,
nothing else to
I'll be on
do."
your team if it make you feel better, dog.
You what?
Next time.
You'll be on my team and not let me leave? Done.
Yeah, but we gotta get crossfaded.
Yeah.
Done. Let's do some edibles.
He's driving.
No
You
edibles.
just can't fucking
No,
leave.
dude, I can smoke. Edibles, totally different. Like edibles,
Bro,
I tried it again after. All right, I tried it again after, and I wrote 5 pages worth of stuff.
No.
And 3 days later, I looked at it, and the only good thing on there was pet every dog in the world, learn to speak worm, and no matter how good a turd looks, you gotta flush it. Those were the best of the 5 pages.
You know what?
Those last 2 were actually pretty fucking good.
Last 2 are good, but I'm done. I'm done with you, Skip.
Yeah.
I'm throwing this whole podcast away.
I was super excited, man. I was like, I wrote 5 pages. And I looked at it, I was like, pay your cell phone bill?
Oh, man. But, hey, man, from Wes and myself, thank you guys so very much for coming on the show.
Hey, from Sam and myself, thank you guys.
From the No Show team.
Dude, we're all No Shows.
We're a team.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're team.
Toast it up, baby.
Toast it up, baby. Thank you guys so very much.
I
for being
love
a
that
part of
Wes
this.
Ross is part of the fucking No Show. Dude, we made it.
Yeah.
Class of 2019.
Right?
Class of 2019 is coming up and trying to take some stuff.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro,
what
I
about-
seeds them.
Taking over for the 19 and the 20s.
I don't know.
If people want to follow you guys, what are your handles?
You can follow me at Sam All Night on Twitter and IG. But my Twitter, I'm not good at Twitter, so I gotta figure that out. I like to shit post on Facebook. So
Hey, follow him on Facebook.
Hey, that's a fun
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's a fun follow. I'm not gonna lie. Sam, hey, I heart react to everything, so he knows I care. But like this,
My handles are here.
Ooh.
But my social
Lovingly.
media is that guy Skip on Instagram, and I don't know what my Facebook is. I think it's just Skip Angelle.
Well, that would make sense because that's me.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Okay.
and Wes, you're always Wes Ross sucks.
On Instagram. I stole that from Ryan Thomas, actually.
Okay.
And, on Twitter, I'm Wes Ross 22. So make sure you give that a follow.
And
What are you on a windy day with those ears? Flying?
Oh my god.
Ooh, spice.
And I'm Omar
2 more dad
Finley.
jokes. Someone's going to give me
Shoot
a
it
beat.
back. Shoot it, Wes. Shoot from the hip. Come on.
Oh, you took
Missed it.
And he did the fucking look down. You're going for my shoes.
And
Get out of
I'm
here.
Omar
No, I was going for
Finley.
your gut.
Oh, there you go. Clap back, baby.
Dude, it got bigger.
I believe it.
But yeah, guys, I'm Omar Finley. I'm the other host. Please follow us at noshowcomedy.com/open the mic. We're on all the social media channels at No Show Comedy. For all our other endeavors, you can find Blazing Saddles at Squeaky Pete's when this Rona finishes.
Hey, and even while you're giving shout outs, man, give it out for anyone who likes comedy, goes to the shows.
Go to the
Shout out to
shows
them
when we come
motherfuckers.
back.
Yeah.
I like y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all.
Shit, yeah.
And hopefully when we get back to doing live stand-up, then this actually goes to be in its final form, which is a vlog at open mics like I originally intended it. It's going to be even funner, and we can have all the people who y'all been talking shit about come up and slap it on the face.
Wait, who we talking shit about?
Ain't nobody
Wait. Just to clear up, too, anyone I spoke shit about, it's because I respect, except for Kenny.
I ain't scared of none of y'all niggas. I just want you to know, ain't
I'm better looking.
motherfucker in the scene I'm scared of.
You guys,
You might have a gun, but you gotta go get it.
You guys be safe so very much. That was Sam and Skip. I'm Omar Finley.
Scam?
And it's Wes Ross.
Hey, thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys.